Imagine waking up in an encampment with your aging mother in a wheelchair and your loyal dog curled up at your side. You have no stable shelter, no income, and limited options. You're worried about your mother's declining health. What would you do? This is where the journey begins in our virtual simulation. As a participant in this simulation, you're invited to step into Jess's shoes. Your goal? Secure basic resources: food, shelter, healthcare, transportation, while navigating systems that are often more obstructive than supportive. You try to find a shelter, but there's no space available, and pets aren't allowed.
Okay, well, our shelter doesn't allow dogs, unfortunately. We do have two top bunks available, though. Is there somewhere you can leave the dog?
Well, my mom can't stay in a top bunk. She's in a wheelchair.
Okay, so then you'll need to try a city-run shelter. We can't accommodate someone in a wheelchair. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, our shelter does not accommodate dogs, but we also don't have any space anyway. If you could find a place for your dog, you can keep calling or try again tomorrow.
Your mother, in her wheelchair, can't be left behind. Neither can your dog. You're told to keep trying. You try to get in touch with the housing office, but the secretary's dismissive. You manage to get an appointment, but have no idea how to get there.
You only have 5 minutes left on the computer, and can you keep it down?
Sure, just a minute. And how do I get there? I don't have a car or a bus pass.
I don't know. I don't use public transit. I'm sure you can just look it up online and figure it out for yourself.
You don't have money for the bus. You weigh your options: skip medication this week to afford transit, or plead with the driver to get on the bus. It's going to take an hour and a half, so we will need to miss our meal. Also, there are transfers, so it's not going to be fun.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, hi. We are really short on change. Can we give you the money we have? We need to get to a really important appointment.
Riders are required to pay full fares, so pay or hop off.
You choose to plead, but are not successful and miss the housing meeting because you're late.
You're 30 minutes late. You're going to need to come back another day.
But it was so hard to get here. Please, can you fit us in? We're really desperate.
We are serving more clients than just you here, and everyone's desperate. You're no different from anyone else.
I can wait.
Well, if you want to wait, I can see what I can do, but you really should have left sooner.
They have been waiting for an hour and getting really hungry. Excuse me, is there any chance we could get a small snack? We haven't eaten all day, and we needed to miss lunch to come here. My mom has low blood sugar and she's starting to feel weak.
This isn't a drop-in. We don't have snacks here, but there is a food bank or a coffee shop down the street. Just remember that if you miss your appointment, I won't be able to get you seen today.
While waiting for hours, just to see if there's some way they can fit you in, your diabetic mother starts to feel weak. You choose not to get her food for fear of missing the appointment again.
Given that finding shelter is fairly urgent, I would suggest that you consider splitting up, even if it's just temporary.
What do you mean?
Well, you would likely be able to get your mom into transitional housing for persons with disabilities, but you and your dog will not be able to go with her.
Oh.
Alternatively, I know it isn't ideal, but you could also foster your dog. That way you would qualify for more shelters and you and your mom would be able to stay together.
After the appointment, you find a local food bank, but you're turned away. You don't have a permanent address in the catchment area. You ask if they can make an exception.
I'm sorry. While I certainly empathize with your situation, we can't provide you services here without that documentation.
Well, Jess, I have some news that is both good and probably difficult. We have a bed offer for your mom in a facility that would take care of all of her needs.
Oh, that is so great.
The challenging part about the bed offer, Jess, is that it's actually in another city. It's about an hour's drive from here.
I don't want to be away from you, but everything is just so hard right now.
With each decision, you're forced to make impossible choices. For example, between medication and transportation, between staying with your mother or your dog, every system you turn to has barriers that makes it feel hard to get help. This simulation is not just a video. It's an interactive, video-based experience that invites learners to actively make decisions and reflect on the impact of them. Based on the CAN-SIM model, each decision point includes rationales grounded in best practice, lived experience, and research evidence. Before and after the simulation, learners assess their competence in navigating complex systems that impact individuals living in poverty. Post-simulation debrief prompts guide critical reflection on common barriers to accessing shelter, food, and transportation, prioritizing the needs of families living in encampments, and the influence of stigma and privilege, essential steps in fostering empathy, cultural humility, and poverty-informed care. This is more than a simulation. It's a call to action. By walking learners through these choices, having them feel the weight of these decisions, and facing the systematic barriers that many people live with daily, learners emerge changed. They're more aware, more compassionate, more prepared to advocate for equity in healthcare.